YouTube, what is going on? Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. This is Chrispective. So if you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button to show your support for this channel and my vision. Today we got a pretty productive and busy day ahead of us. So going to be pushing through this workout, probably going to be having a more leg dominant one just because my elbow is bothering me at the moment. So not going to be pushing too much with my shoulders, as that's usually what I'm doing today. But hey, we're adjusting, we're having fun with it, and we are making the most out of it. So going to wrap this workout up, going to head out, meet up with one of my buddies, but we're gonna go ahead with that. Got some calls also lined up today, and we're just gonna keep building. Alright, so just wanted to hop on here, check in, and also talk about the topic, or start the discussion of the title of this video, right? How can we instantly increase our productivity in just 3 simple tips? As you guys can see, a little bit of a different layout, or newer layout that we are working off of. I used to have my 2 monitors here, but now we got our laptop with one of my monitors here. This way I have a little bit of a bigger display. So just to help with the overall, setup of my computer, this has been super helpful and something I've definitely enjoyed implementing over the last week. So the first tip that I wanted to start with diving into here is one of the most common things that I know holds back so many people, right? It is the thing that is tied to our hip for the majority of the time, and that's our cell phone. Right, the easiest thing, because a lot of my work I do from my computer, could also do from my phone as well, right? So as I go on there to complete a task, it's super easy to get distracted with what we're doing, right? I go on social media to make a post. Next thing you know, I'm caught, scrolling through social media. I go on, one of the platforms to, follow up with a lead, or maybe reach out to somebody new, or just to connect. Next thing you know, I find myself, answering messages, or again, scrolling through social media. So one of the best things that I could, give you to implement is, while you're diving into your work, there's obviously powers behind technology, and one of the new things that they have is to put your phone on, do not disturb mode, right? Or it's like focus mode. Now I believe it's one of the new things that the iPhone has to offer, right? Limiting the apps that are able to get opened, also shutting off all notifications. This way you're not as tempted. But another thing, if you struggle with, reaching for your phone, is to just simply put your phone in another room, put it into a drawer, put it in wherever. Obviously it's going to feel weird at first because you're going to go reach for it, but it's not going to be there. That temptation is not going to be there. And with those temptations, we just have to, get over them in a minute or 2 minutes. Because if we can't break that temptation, obviously we go for it, right? So we want to put ourselves in the absolute best position to be able to overcome that temptation. I think I just said temptation probably like 6 times, but that's all it is, right? We don't really need to go to our phone. It's all our mind just being tempted to check messages, check to, see if somebody got back to us, tempted to see what other people are doing on their stories or on their posts, right? But we don't really need it, again, unless it's, business stuff where you have to be getting back to people. But for most of those cases, even those people can wait a tiny bit. So that is tip number 1. Definitely put your phone away. It holds us back in so many different ways, and a lot more ways than we, think of, but we'll also talk about that in another video. All right, what's going on, you guys? It is finally getting nicer out here. It's about 82 degrees, I believe. Unfortunately, well, actually not unfortunately, we got a little bit of wind. Usually I would not be, the most thrilled about that, just because it would be cold stacked on top of wind. But today we got some good breeze stacked on top of, some warm weather. So things are going well. Obviously the energy is there more and more as the weather is nicer and nicer, especially this time of the year where it's not too hot. But did want to start diving into point number 2 of everything we were talking about with helping you increase your productivity instantly. So one of the main things that a lot of people mention, just from having a ton of conversations, and also one of the things I know from my own experience, is multitasking, right? And that could be found in so many different ways, right? It could be just thinking about a ton of stuff, right? Multitasking inside of our mind, all of the things that we want to accomplish, right? And in the effort of thinking, hey, which route do I want to go? Sometimes we tend to not go any route, right? We tend to procrastinate with it because we're not sure how to make that best decision of what to start with. But one of the more common things is multitasking while we're working. And this could be found inside of school. This could be found inside of your work, inside of your business. As we mentioned with point, number one of being on our phone constantly, same thing with multitasking. It's like when we're on our computer, right? Or working on anything, whether it's homework or a task at work, we often have, a bunch of different tabs open. I'm going to be crossing the street this way I don't cross paths with that person. We can have a ton of tabs open that are causing us to get distracted, right? So we have our email tab open, we have our maybe task page open, maybe another task page open, and then maybe music and a YouTube video. So with that, it's just creating more and more distractions on the things that we're really trying to create, ultimately having us bounce back and forth and not being able to put our focus in that one key area. So with that, the main takeaway and action item is just focus on that one task. Hey, what am I working on right now? So for myself, one of the pieces that I do is creating content, right? So hey, am I going to be writing out a post, or am I going to be writing out a post while trying to have conversations, while trying to upgrade my coaching program, while trying to watch or edit one of my videos, right? Too much of that stuff, which is holding back a lot of the growth that I could be seeing. So one of the main things that you got to really do is just focus on, hey, what am I going to be doing for the next 30 minutes to an hour? So for that 30 minutes to an hour, whatever you set your time out for, is use that 30 minutes on that one specific task. When your alarm goes off, boom, time to move on to the next task. Unless it's a time sensitive task where that is your only priority. This might happen more for work as deadlines get close, or maybe school. But if it's something that's not really time sensitive, stick to your schedule, stick to your planning. If you set out for an hour to work on something, when that hour ends, go on to the next task, right? You're gonna have tomorrow to work on that. Again, if it's time sensitive, stay on it. But if it's not, then keep moving on, right? This is going to help you stay focused and continuing to, make that progress on a daily basis and more consistently. All right, so it is currently 3:45 p.m. and just wrapped up the call a little while ago that went from about 2 to 3, and then I did have to finish something else up. But I wanted to discuss the third point that we're going to be diving into on this video. And the third point is utilizing breaks. A lot of times people have this misconception that being productive means having to work 16, 24 hours all day long in order to get things done. But it's actually the opposite of that really helps us be more productive, doing more in less time. And one of the biggest factors that helps us really stay focused and dialed in is utilizing breaks, not sitting at our screen forcing ourselves to do work for 6, 8, 3 hours, whatever your time frame might be for your deep work or your time blocking sessions. But more importantly, using those break times to your advantage, letting you pull out of focus, go for a walk. So here are the top 3 things that you can do is go for a quick walk. So that could be up your stairs, down your stairs, around the block, outside, go get the mail, go do whatever. Second thing you could do is go get water, go get a snack, something small, something that's going to hold you over. This way you're not eating a big meal causing you to fall off, be burnt out, or tired as the day progresses. And then the third thing that you can do is splashing some cold water on your face, or something that's going to get you flowing. So it could be a quick workout, 15 to 20 minute workout, 10 push-ups on the floor, but ultimately the main thing is making sure that you're taking a 10 to 15 minute break for every 30 minutes or hour that you're going to be working. Again, this is going to help you really stay dialed in. This way when you come back to your computer, you're fresh, you're ready, and you're able to keep on moving. I hope these tips have helped you out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of these day in the life / tip videos, definitely go ahead, comment down below. But excited to keep on sharing this stuff with you. Stay blessed, keep pushing, and I'll see you guys soon.